So is it unorganized or disorganized? I've heard it both ways, and I had to look it up to see the exact definition of both words. Unorganized is just that, just not organized, everything's in a chaos. Disorganized, on the other hand, is something that used to be organized and is no longer. It is now in a state of disarray, confusion. Unfortunately, the latter describes myself the past number of years. I don't even like to admit it, but I have not been very organized. I always blame it on just not having enough time, but that's really no excuse, because I know if I put everything away in the exact place that it belongs every time I use it, things wouldn't look the way they do. I have some spaces in our house that I store some decorating things you probably see in videos sometimes, things that I think I'll probably use again, I don't really want to be rid of, and I just haven't been very organized with them, as you're going to see later on in this video if I humble myself enough to show you guys. Hopefully you won't judge me, but things have just gone out of hand recently. I have this downstairs basement room where I store most of my decorating things, and I tried really hard to stay organized in there and ended up just kind of piling things on top of each other, always in a hurry, you know. And now here I am in an upstairs bedroom. I don't think you've ever seen this room. I plan to turn this room into my new storage room. John is planning on putting some shelves in for me. Probably not going to look just pretty in here necessarily, but hopefully just a little more organized, maybe even labeling some things so I know, what's in certain boxes. And not sure where all this will go in this video, but I just thought I'd take you with me as I work on this and maybe inspire some of you to maybe start organizing some of your spaces. I'll give you a brief history of this room. Growing up, my sister Marlene had it for her bedroom. For a spell, I had it too. I think we may have switched rooms there for a while. And then once we moved in here, John and myself and the boys, my youngest son Ephraim had it for his bedroom for a number of years. And then eventually he moved out into the front room, and we turned this into sort of a family room. It was nothing fancy, but just a space where the boys would play video games or we'd sit together and watch movies. You may be wondering about the painting on the wall behind me. Years ago, when Ephraim had this as his bedroom, he had a nautical themed room, and I thought it would be fun to paint a big treasure map on there. So that's what I did, and it's been there ever since. So join me as I work on some organizing, and you'll probably see me do this over the span of a couple days, just whenever I have time. And I'll probably take you downstairs and kind of show you that room and just do some voiceovers as we go. So enjoy. So starting with the room up here, my son Kenny tore out the carpeting probably about a year ago, and then it really just sat that way since. I just didn't get around to doing anything with it. But I did find some video clips of me working in the downstairs room probably also about a year ago or even more, and I'll just go ahead and show you that clip of what I filmed that day. So what I'm about to show you may scar you forever. I feel almost like a hoarder when I walk back in here, like how it looks. And even as I'm filming here, I'm not even sure will I ever publish this video. But this is what happens when you don't really have enough storage, or maybe just too many things, not quite sure, but just a buildup of things and not very organized. I have some decorating stuff on the shelf. I basically go on to say how I got some shelves from Menards that I'm going to put through the middle here and just try to get things organized down here. This was before I knew that I'd end up using that room upstairs for my storage. So let's see what we can get done today. And again, if you're seeing this video, I probably got a brave streak of some sort to even publish it. Just really embarrassed how it looks. So basically these next clips are of me a year ago taking things out of the room and then installing those shelves that we got at Menards. And I gotta say, if you want to straighten up a space, it's not really going to look pretty necessarily, but just a lot more organized, invest in shelving. It's just amazing what that does. It provides layers of space to store things instead of just, piling everything on top of each other. So eventually the room went from looking like this to this. As you can see, not just a whole lot of difference. The shelves definitely help there in the middle, but still just too much stuff. So that's when I began to brainstorm about using that extra room upstairs to have a nicer, more well-lit storage room, and ended up buying shelves at RKO, I believe is where John got them, and he put those in there for me. I told myself I'm going to be really selective when deciding what goes up in that new storage room on the shelves. If there's anything at all that I won't be using anymore, it will go to the thrift store. Somebody else hopefully can use it. So already as I'm setting things on these shelves, I see it's going to look a little bit too cluttered for me. So I think what I'll do is I had bought a few clear totes, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of my clear jars in those, maybe containers that I don't just use all the time on a regular basis, but still they're there if I need them. I can see through the tote, see what's in there. I think it'll just look a little bit more organized if I do that. And the other thing I might do is scoot this whole row of shelves to one side and add another one. I do still have some down in the basement. They're not going to be the same height, but I think it'll still look okay. That way I don't really have a wasted space or two wasted spaces on both sides of these shelves. So as you can see, my little tote of craft supplies is overflowing, so I'm going to move it into a larger size, and I'm pretty sure I have some more things I can stick in here that would fit to the category. I do notice with having a YouTube channel for the past number of years and, decorating seasonally year after year, I do accumulate more things than I used to, which I'm not complaining. I absolutely love it, but I do want to try to keep myself disciplined in that area and not just have things that will just keep building up and I'm never going to use them again. So my parents are thinking of having a garage sale again this summer, and I think I'm going to save some of my items for the sale instead of donating. It's always a fun family event for us, and I think I'll go ahead and stack them into this space. So eventually that would be cleared out then, but for now I think it's a good area to have it. Here I'm just organizing some of my Christmas decor, putting it in totes and boxes, sorting through things I don't want anymore, putting it in the donation box. So moving back downstairs to that storage room, I wanted to talk just a little bit about what I plan to do with it. First of all, growing up all my years here at home, we always called this room the fruit room. That is basically a room where you store your canned goods and potatoes, carrots, things you want to keep over the winter. I don't know, do other people call their rooms that have these things in them fruit rooms or not, but that's always what we called them, so I'm once again going to call it that, which ironically we still kind of called it that just out of habit. But what I plan to have in here is canned goods. I plan to start canning again. I tell you guys, the last number of years, I haven't hardly canned anything. Just once in a while I'd maybe do some chicken broth or soup. And I really have plans to have a big vegetable garden this summer. I can't wait. And I plan to try to harvest some things out of that, hopefully, if things grow for me. And if not, I can always go to a local market and get some things to preserve. I just want to walk in here during the winter and have a choice of what I want to make for supper that evening. It's just so handy to have canned goods on shelves in your basement, if you ask me. Here I'm just going through some final things and then cleaning as I go. I also have a small pile of garage sale things down here, and I don't want to carry it all the way upstairs, so I'll just start a pile underneath the shelf here. As I was going through my things, I found these living room curtains, and you probably remember them, seeing them in my videos. I recently replaced them with the drop cloth curtains. Still always like this look of the two-tone, the white and the tan, and I decided I'm going to sell them on the Etsy shop. So if anyone out there wants these, they are available on the Etsy shop. I washed them, and here I'm ironing them, and they will have some flaws, being that they're a number of years old. They're not going to be new and perfect, but I think they're still beautiful. I would totally have them in my home if I needed them, but I have no use for them, so they're there for anyone that wants them. Make sure to check that out. I'll have the link in the description. Let's take a look at some before and after clips of my newly organized spaces. I am loving my fruit room. As you can see, there's plenty of room for some canned goods. I intend to fill these shelves up. And of course, a room like this is never really pretty exactly. It's just a place to store some things. As you can see, our clothes hamper, we have a clothes chute that comes down from our bathroom. It's really handy, but there's a hamper here for that, the sweeper, there's an air conditioner, screens, and then of course on this side, on the shelves, I have some of my canning equipment, along with some other things. Even though it's sort of a dark, drab room, I love walking in here these days, since it's organized at least. Moving into the upstairs room, I know it still looks like a lot of stuff, but to me, I love, decorating, of course, and I'm always switching things out, and having this stash here really enables me to, use what I have and not, go buy things all the time. And I think there is a value in that, and I'm pretty sure once my parents, have their garage sale, I'll probably just go through everything once more, make sure there's not anything here that I won't use anymore, ever. So that pretty much concludes the organizing part of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, do you like this sort of video? I know it's different from my usual video topics, so let me know what you think. It's not something I do all the time, but just every now and then. Before ending here, I do want to show you some new products we have on the Etsy shop. I think you're going to like them. I'm really excited about them. One of my favorite things to decorate with right now are wooden accent pieces. I think it just goes so well with any space. It just kind of puts that finishing touch on things. A few videos back I had showed you the wooden rabbits that I have on the mantle. I'm still loving those. We do still have those available. And then also that Peter Cottontail poster. So fitting for the spring season and even into summer. We have some additional wooden cutouts right now, and some you may recognize from last year, but a few of them are new. I don't have the pieces up here with me, so I'll just go ahead and show you the pictures I took the other day. We have these cute wooden eggs, and these come in stained, unfinished, or painted. The stained and the painted will have a decal on the one side, and of course they are reversible, so you can just flip them around if you'd rather have the plain side exposed. This would make a great decoration to set, into a grouping, of course, or you could just lay it down flat and maybe place a candle or a plant on it. These cute little peep bunnies come in stained, unfinished, or white. And these crosses, of course, the whole meaning of Easter. We ended up burning the words into the wood on the one side, and then the other side, of course, is blank if you'd rather, flip it around for the plain side. Also unfinished, stained, and then white options available. And since we're on the subject of wood, we also have these pretty wooden eggs, and these come in sets of 5 or 6. The white ones are a set of 6, and the natural wood ones a set of 5. And they come with these words on them. The white ones are more your spring, bunny, hop sort of vibe, where the natural ones have more the true meaning of Easter on them. I think both are just adorable. When I saw this beautiful spring or Easter fabric in Hobby Lobby, I knew right away it has to be turned into a pillow cover, and you of course could do the same. We just used different colors of backing that kind of match the different colors on the fronts. So you're actually going to have the option of green, a light blue, or a pink, which I didn't get a picture of. All such pretty spring or Easter colors. And these covers are a simple envelope back closure. I've showed you how I make those, so you could totally make your own, or if you don't want to do that, we have some available on the shop. Not a whole lot though. So moving on into soap, I have a new collection for the spring and summer season. I love making soap. I've said that many times before, and it's also one of my favorite things to take pictures of. Not only does it look pretty, but it just smells great in the space where I'm working, you know, taking these pictures. Like I often say, I wish I could get the scent to you. They all smell amazing. I'm honestly not sure which one I'd pick to be my favorite. The lavender one is scented using lavender and chamomile. I've had that combination before, probably one of my favorite combinations actually. The orange is something called Orange Grove, and it smells exactly like I think an Orange Grove would probably smell like. MB's favorite, she loves that one. The pink one is a sea salt and lily. The green is lime and mint, and then the blue is a mountain rain, which we've had that scent before. All smell amazing. Again, I couldn't really pick a favorite. It was kind of hard to know how to label these soaps. I really didn't want to cover the design up using an actual label, so we decided to go with just wrapping them in tissue paper and putting a sticker on there, you know, telling you what the scent is. That way you're going to know the name of the scent in case you want to order the same one again, you like that scent. And at the same time, you're going to have that design showing in case you want to gift it to someone or display it in your own bathroom before using it. I guess I missed this product when I was talking about wooden things, but we do have a cute little wooden cutting board right now. I say cutting board, but I think it would make a great little holder to place a candle or a plant on, or just display it, you know, as a cutting board. And you could totally use it as a board too. I would probably apply a cutting board oil or something over it before using it. They will come plain unfinished. My cousin Michael is cutting them out for us, and he's using random hardwood, whatever he has in stock, and it could be anything from cherry to hickory, maple. We probably won't have an actual wood option when ordering, being that it's going to be so random, but if you do have a request that you kind of prefer a certain one, maybe you want hickory, you could always add it in the note to seller section, and we'll do our best to get that wood to you, but probably not guaranteed. The last thing I'm going to show you I'm nervously excited about, if that makes sense, but it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, but I wanted this kind of banner scroll look for a wall sign. You guys have probably seen them where, you know, there's wood on the top and bottom, and then the middle part is maybe paper or canvas. But instead of having paper or canvas in the middle, I really wanted wood in there, something that will be sure to last a long time. So you still have that look, again, of a banner or scroll, but it's not, you know, foldable. It's more durable. It probably sounds fairly easy, but it was somewhat of a challenge to get it perfect. And I give John credit for coming up with a way to fit that wood into the top and bottom boards. So instead of just talking about them, let me show you. I actually brought a few of them up here with me. Hopefully you can kind of see in the video, and I'll probably put some more pictures in the video for you to see. These are just one of a kind. Like, I only have one design of this and, you know, one of this, and then all of the others I'm showing you I just have one of. I am in love with these Decor transfers. I've talked about them before, and if you're wanting to do a project of your own and you need something like this, I have a link down below in the description box of where I get them. It's an Etsy shop from Texas. It's called Patterson Art Studio, and if you're needing Decor transfers for a project of your own, make sure to check them out. They have great service and a lot of variety to choose from. And again, being that this is sort of a test, all of the signs you see here I just have one of. And I'm just going to kind of get the feel of it, you know, see how they go, see how people like them, and feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of a certain kind. I definitely consider making more of the ones that you see, just trying to get the feel of it. So at the point of filming here, they're actually not quite finished. We are still planning on adding a rope, which I have one with me here, just to kind of give you the idea of what it would look like. We would, you know, fasten them using those eye screw things in here. Along with a rope clamp or something to, you know, hang them with. Do you guys like to see it with the rope or without? I mean, I guess it's something where people could always remove it if they wouldn't want it, but I think, for me, I think I kind of like the look of the rope. So let me know what you think. Again, this is new for us. I'd really appreciate your feedback. At this point, most of the signs are close to being around this size, but you probably saw I did have one pretty large one, so we definitely be open to more sizes in the future. So enough on that, it's time to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for following along with me as I worked on, organizing some of my spaces. Hopefully I inspired you to do the same. It's awesome. Like, I love to come up here. It's again well lit and organized somewhat, like I can actually find my things, and it definitely seems like my life is more put together since I did this. It's motivating me to do some more. As always, I hope your day is going great. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.